YouTube. Today on The Naughty Librarian, I'm bringing you a book haul. So I have been going to some book festivals lately, and I have been picking up some really cool new books. Some of them are pre-orders, some of them are just from the festival, some of them sent to me by the publishers. Like a nice grab bag of books. Anyway, let's go through it. Some of these are new releases, some of them are older releases, but they're all fun. Let's go. I'm going to start things off with books that were sent to me by the publisher. So first I have Book Boyfriend by Chris Ripper. So we're following Preston, and he goes by PK. He has his best friend named Art that he's low-key been in love with since forever. They got drunk one time in college and kissed, and like ever since then he's been like in love with them. But like nothing's ever come of it. Then cut to the present. Art, he just had a bad breakup. He needs to move in somewhere. He moves in with PK, and PK's like, this is my moment. We can maybe be together. And like and Art doesn't seem to get it. He thinks it's funny. He doesn't see them together. You know, one of those like, oh no, crushing doom of the heart moments. So PK decides, I'm gonna channel this into my writing, and he writes this like book boyfriend that everyone's obsessed with. He's like the perfect book boyfriend. Everyone loves him. Even Art's like, oh my gosh, who is this book boyfriend? And unbeknownst to Art, that is actually a fictionalized version of PK. And I don't know if this is gonna go the way PK wants it to. I think things are probably gonna blow up in his face and it's just gonna be a mess, but I'm assuming they will get together in the end, hopefully. I love a good friends to lovers story. I love book boyfriends, so I'm obsessed. Thank you so much to Harlequin for sending me this. I am very excited to read it. Sent to me from Tor Books is Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. And oh my gosh, am I like thrilled right now. Oh my gosh, this is such an anticipated read for me. I had it pre-ordered and they sent me the arc of it, and I am so excited. I am so excited. You don't even know. I'm holding it in right now. Last year, Sarah Gailey put out a book called Echo Wife, which, by the way, phenomenal. Made my best books of 2021 list. It's so good. I highly recommend. So ever since that came out, whatever Sarah Gailey's going to put out next, I am pre-ordering. The second this was available for pre-order, I pre-ordered. Oh my gosh, it's being like called The Haunting of Hill House meets I'll Be Gone in the Dark, right? Are you just all like crazy excited right now? Like me, you should be. Following Vera, and one day her mom says you have to come home, and she hasn't been home in a long time. She's estranged, but she ends up coming home, and it's a hard homecoming because basically, this house doesn't hold any good memories for her because I think her father actually was a serial killer and buried the bodies of his victims on the property. So, wow, home sweet home. So she comes back. And things are just awful, of course. And like this weird artist guy has moved into like the guest house, and like he's stripping her childhood for parts, basically. And she's like, what is going on here? There's all these weird notes she keeps finding all over the house in her dad's handwriting. Her dad is dead. So she's like, what is going on here? There's like maybe some ghosty shit going on. I don't know. But like the whole premise, even if this is just real world and it's metaphorical ghosts, oh my gosh, that is juicy. There's a juicy beginning of a story. She's coming back home to her house where her dad was a serial killer and buried his victims at. Oh my gosh, are you not excited? I am so pumped for this. Okay, so the next two books were both pre-orders, and again, super excited. I have The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. This is the sequel to The Worst Best Man, which I absolutely loved. It was one of my favorite romances, I believe, of 2020. So good. And this is the sequel finally here. So this is Solange and Dean. Solange, she gets roped into helping work at this wedding, and she opens a door at the church, and haven't you people ever heard of locking the goddamn door? Because she sees the bride caught in a compromising position, not with the groom. And so what's a girl to do? Well, she busts up the wedding and says, you can't marry her. She's doing bad things. Busts up Dean's wedding. Now, Dean, the would-be groom from this wedding, he had his whole life planned out. He's like, I gotta get married. I'm gonna start a family. I'm gonna make a partner. I'm doing the best life right now. And, you know, that all went to hell when Solange broke up his wedding. And so I don't know, because it's like one of those stupid things you get in romances sometimes where it's like, oh, I'm not going to get this job unless I have a significant other, which is bullshit and I'm pretty sure illegal, but whatever. This is what's happening in the book. So he's like, Solange is my girlfriend. Yes, we're in love. She is my girlfriend. And she's not. He has to go convince her to be his fake girlfriend. She agrees because she does feel a little low-key bad about, you know, breaking up his wedding on the wedding day. So they have to fake date. And of course, they're going to fall in love for real. And I'm expecting laughs. I'm expecting smut. I'm expecting a good time out of this. And I think it's going to deliver on all those factors. I'm just really excited I have it finally. Another pre-order that is finally here is The Discord of Gods by Jen Lyons. Oh my gosh, this is the finale of the Chorus of Dragons series, and I am obsessed with this series. It's so good. If you are a world-building fantasy nerd, you're going to be obsessed because the world building is so intricate and detailed. There's glossaries and like a freaking encyclopedia at the back of all these books. There's so much world building going on. However, everything is explained so well in context that I don't usually have a hard time figuring things out. I don't usually need the encyclopedia. It's just there for extra content. And mind you, this is book 5 of a very, very long series with multiple timelines, and there's reincarnation and demons and gods and monsters and all kinds of shit going on here. There's a lot going on. So it's really hard to like sum it up, but essentially we're following Kieran and his friends as they're trying to stop the world from an invasion of demons. I think that's like the very basic storyline here. There's a lot more to it though. There's also it's also very queer, and there's a throuple. So if that's also a selling point for you, it is for me. There's a big throuple and I'm into it. There's dragons. There is, you know, hordes of demons and, you know, all kinds of super cool wizard battles and stuff. They have all of the things I want in a book, and this is the big finale. And oh my gosh, this cover. It's gorgeous. I'm so happy I have this. And surprisingly, it's not as thick as I thought it was going to be. Like, don't get me wrong. It has a chonk. There's a chonk factor here, but it's only 494 pages. So I was expecting like a 700-page book. So I'm like, oh, okay. A little light, actually. Less than I was expecting. So fingers crossed it's good. I'm hoping for the best, but there's a lot going on. They've got to wrap a lot of things up, and I am excited as all hell to read this. Oh my goodness. These next 3 books are all books I got at a book festival, so let's just go through all of those. I got a copy of The Takeover Effect by Nisha Sharma. I read Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma and was obsessed with it. I loved it intensely. So I was like, okay, what else has Nisha Sharma written? And she wrote this series. It is a very different vibe because that's Dating Dr. Dill is obviously a rom-com. This is more like Indian Succession. And I was like, what? Yes, give it to me now. This is Himdeep and Meena. Himdeep is, he's a successful guy. He's intelligent. He's successful. He doesn't want anything to do with his family business. However, he keeps getting sucked back into helping out this business that he's walked away from. He comes back to help again, and he runs into Meena, who is like, you know, super hot apparently. But basically she's there in order to like do a takeover. She needs to work with Hemdeep in order to facilitate that, and in so doing she will get herself out of an arranged marriage, and she will be able to, you know, be successful in her own right. And also, wow, Hemdeep sure looks good in those slacks. So you know, it's one of those growing boardroom attractions where they're both doing like high profile scary boardroom stuff, and then like it just gets sexy because they're so high strung. And I love it. Yes. So it's got drama, it's family drama, it's legal drama, and it's just like, and it's gonna be smutty, and I'm into it so hard. I also finally got a copy of Red Shirts by John Scalzi. It's one of those books I read a long time ago and I just never owned. And then like, I just finally got my own copy, and I got to meet John Scalzi, and he signed my book, and I'm so happy. This is kind of an irreverent take on like Star Trek. You know, the whole Ensign Red Shirt phenomenon where whatever away mission you're on, you know you're not coming back from because you're a red shirt. It's one of those. And they kind of make fun of that trope, doing cool space adventure stuff. And it's really fun. John Scalzi writes these great, like, irreverent sci-fi. So I think if you're fans of like Andy Weir or Ernest Cline, I think you would really get into John Scalzi. I highly recommend. I also got a copy of The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune. I just happened to meet this author at the LA Times Festival of Books, and I decided to get the book because I have heard really good things about it, and I haven't read it yet, so I just kind of bought it on a whim. But I am excited. So it kind of has like Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children vibes to it. We're following this guy named Linus. He's a caseworker, and he kind of lives his little quiet life, and then one day upper management calls him in. They're like, hey, you got to go to this distant island and check out this orphanage that has a bunch of magical children at it. Tell us all if they're too dangerous for the world, because they're all magic as shit. So he goes over there, and he meets the caretaker, Arthur Parnassus, who is a character. And Arthur is very protective of his wards, and he's like, I don't care what the world thinks. If the world thinks they're too dangerous, I will burn the world down. I don't care. I'm a wizard. One of those things. But like, I'm kind of making it sound evil, but I think it's more whimsical kind of thing. Like, hence, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children type of story. So, yeah, I have heard really good things about it in general, so I am excited to have it. I just kind of like bought it on a whim. Last up, I have Kaikiiii by Vaishnavi Patel, and hopefully I did not slaughter those names. I probably did, and I apologize. I tried my best. I'm not sure how to pronounce them. So I know Kaikiiii is actually a figure in Indian mythology. She kind of has like an evil queen rap, but like I feel like she's more of a misunderstood queen probably, and this is kind of giving it like a history rewrite, and I love that. So Kaikiiii, she's a princess, and basically, men are destroying her life. Her dad's kind of an asshole. He sends her mom away. Basically, her whole worth to him is what he could sell her for as an arranged marriage. And she's like, I am not having this. I keep praying to the gods to help me, and they don't answer. I gotta help myself. So she turns to like witchy magic and stuff, and she gets really good at it. And then she ends up being queen. And I don't know if she's like going full Galadriel, like the world will look upon me in despair. Like, I don't know if it's like Dark Queen like that or not, but eventually I guess she becomes so powerful. The gods start finally paying attention. She just had to become like queen and all powerful for the gods to give a shit. And it's kind of, she has to figure out where she wants to go with her destiny. The gods want her to do one thing. She has to decide if she wants to play by the gods' rules or if she wants to double down and write her own ticket. So I don't know. I kind of like am loving the vibes of this. I think it's going to be really cool. And I am so excited I have it. All right, on that note, I have finished my wine and I have finished my book haul. Overall, I got some really cool new books. Some of them I've already read, some of them from the publisher, some of them are pre-ordered. Whole grab bag of stuff, but I am very excited for all of them. Let me know in the comments down below, what's a book you just bought on a whim recently? For me, it was The House in the Cerulean Sea. I just kind of bought it on a whim. What was your whim book? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like. And if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And if you want cool exclusive content, you can sign up for my Patreon. The link is in the description down below. And I will see you guys soon. Bye!